Okay, guys, so let's look at the next activity called Pittsburgh to Phoenix. Okay, guys, you can read quietly as I read it out loud. It says, on its way from New York to San Diego, a plane flew over Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Albert. Well, I'm gonna try to say this, so don't kill me, guys. But Albuquerque, so Albuquerque, and Phoenix, traveling at a constant speed. It says, complete the table as you answer the questions. Be prepared to explain your reasoning. Okay, so when I first look at this, I see a map and I also see a double number line, which we saw in our sixth grade lessons. Okay, so let's read the questions and see how everything's going to fall into place. So number one is asking us, what is this distance between St. Louis and Albuquerque? Okay, Albuquerque. All right, there we go. All right, so needless to say, I want to go to my table and I want to look for that ratio or just for that, like, okay, the distance. So here we go. It's right here. And it will be right there, okay? So what I want to do is I see that first of all, I want to study this table, okay? I want to see if there is a ratio that's going to help me complete this table. So do you guys see a row where it shows both quantities, like show both values of the quantities? If you guys guess the first row, you are absolutely correct. So we're going to use this ratio in order to complete the missing rows, okay? So let's start off by looking at this. It says from Pittsburgh to St. Louis, what's the speed? So I know you guys don't know this, but anytime you want to calculate speed, you will have to divide distance divided by time. And therefore, if the time is 1 hour, the distance is miles, you could say they're going 550 miles per hour. And I'll put that in parentheses so you know what MPH means. Okay. So in reference to the other tables we completed in the lesson, what number was multiplied times 1 to get to 550? If you guess 550, you are absolutely correct. So what I want to do is I want to multiply by 550 in this column. So I'm going to put this on top, 550. So if I need to go to this side, so I'm going to put it in blue. Okay. But if I need to find a missing value right here, I'm going to have to divide by 550. Okay. All right, so let's get to work. Starting off in blue because I'm starting off multiplying by 550. So the first thing I want to do is I want to convert my minutes to hours. Why? Because I want to convert it to make sure that it's easier to multiply. Minutes is not the same as hours. So first of all, how many minutes are in the hour? If you get 60 minutes, you're absolutely correct. So what I'm going to do, and this is some side math, and I'm about to start doing my math right here. I want to say, okay, 42 minutes out of 60 minutes. Now, before I divide it, I want to see if I could simplify it. Okay. Is there a number I could simplify 42 and 60 by? What's the greatest common factor? If you guess 6, you're absolutely correct. So I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides. And I should get 7/10, which is a way smaller fraction to deal with than 42 over 60. So now I have 7/10 hours. But I'm not done just yet. It's in a fraction form. And what I want to do is I want to convert it to an improper fraction. So in order to convert it to an improper fraction, I'm going to multiply by 10. And then add my product to the numerator. Okay, so 1 times 10 is 10. So now I have 17/10. Okay. Now I want to multiply by 550 and going across. Okay. So when I multiply by 550, just give me a second. When I multiply by 550 times 17 divided by 10, I should get 935 miles. Okay. Now, if I was to divide that, I would get 550 miles per hour. Okay, because that's what I multiplied it by. Now, in this column, which I want to annotate in red, I want to divide by 550. So this is what that would look like. 330 divided by 550. And if you know this math trick, you'll know you can scratch out the 2 zeros. And then what you can do, because it's a fraction, you can simplify it. So what's the greatest common factor that you could pull out of 33 and 55? This one may be a bit challenging one, but it should be 11. So now I have 3 over 5, which is such a smaller fraction to work with. Such a smaller fraction, guys. I advise you, if you guys hate doing long division, try simplifying your fraction first before you even try to do long division, because it's going to make your long division even shorter. That's my tip, okay? So 5 is on the outside, 3, and then 5 cannot go into 3, of course. Okay. I have my decimal at my 0, but 5 can go into 30, which would be 6, and my decimal would be 0.6. Okay. Now, the speed is still going to be 550 miles per hour. How do I know? It's because I use the constant of proportionality. It is the constant of proportionality, which indicates that in this row. So now I completed the table. So now I could go to dive in and answer these questions. So here we go. What is the distance between St. Louis and the Albuquerque? Okay. The distance would be 935 miles. Number 2 says, how many minutes did it take to fly between Albuquerque and Phoenix? It should be 0.6 minutes. Okay, which I'm gonna come back to this one because I want to have a debate on this one. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this one. All right. Then it says Diego says that the constant of, or not this one. What is the constant? What is the proportional relationship represented by this table? The proportional relationship is for every hour. For every hour, 550 miles is traveled. Okay, so I want to go back to question number 2 because I think I moved too fast. I said that was 0.6 of a minute, but in all the times it's saying that it's hours, okay? So I need to figure out, well, I need to convert this back to minutes, okay? Well, when I needed to convert minutes, because it's not talking about minutes, it's talking about hours, okay? So when I needed to convert minutes to hour, I divided by 60. Now I need to convert this hour to a minute, which I'm going to multiply by 60. And I should get, can you guess? 36 minutes. There we go. 36 minutes. Okay. So I moved too fast. At first I was like, oh, this is 0.6 of a minute, but no, it's actually 0.6 of an hour. And then that's going to be equivalent to 36 minutes. All right. So now let's look at this one. It says Diego says the constant of proportionality is 550. Andre says the constant of proportionality is 9 and 1/6. Do you agree with either one of them? Explain your reasoning. Okay. So I want you guys to try to complete this question in your book on your own. Okay? Try to complete this question in a book on your own and think about it. Who is right? Is it Diego who's saying that the constant of proportionality is 550? Or is it Andre saying it's 9 and 1/6? As always, guys, if you didn't understand this lesson, make sure you refer to your manager's session. Thank you.